know, so I mean, whatever game plan they're trying to implement isn't working right now, so change it up. I just think that if he strikes a little bit more with Marc and maybe frustrates Marc, and maybe he'll get Marc to overcommit. And just defend the takedown just a little bit smarter. I would just, you don't have to sprawl. You don't have to grab the guy to defend a takedown. You can use footwork. I mean, boxing footwork in particular. You know, let the guy go by you. You don't have to wrestle with him every time just because you know he wants to.
Well, that so far has been the story through 2 rounds. Marc Stevens dominating this bout against ABE Pittrowski. And Pittrowski may have to do something drastic in this 3rd and final round to score the victory. More than likely will not win it on the scorecard, so he may need to get a submission, a stoppage, a knockout, or something. He does have 1 knockout on his resume, mostly a submission artist, so we'll see if he can get himself into that position. But it's very hard to do from his back for the majority of the fight. And Marc Stevens has been very comfortable so far. Stevens looks good. He still looks well-conditioned. Doesn't look out of breath in any sort. I'm sure fatigue is setting in for him as well, but it's shown much more on Pittrowski's face than it has on Marc Stevens' face.
And it's also more confident, too. I mean, I think right now it's more of a mental thing than it is for a physical thing with Abe, because, I mean, he's 5-0. He's not used to getting dominated like this.
All right, round number 3, 3rd and final round. Marc Stevens in control. We'll see how ABE Pittrowski, or what if he does change his approach here in this last round.
Abe's doing a really good job controlling the center of the ring, but he just doesn't know. I feel like Marc I mean, whenever Marc drives him into the cage, Abe just kind of like resorts and backpedals into the cage. Doesn't try holding his ground at all. Like, see, right now Marc knows he's winning the fight. He's taking his time. He's going to circle around a little bit and try. I know he's going to try and catch Abe with that big overhand right.
And certainly you would expect Pittrowski to be the aggressor and possibly be open for a counterpunch. I think that, like you said, is what Stevens is going to look for. Stevens doesn't have to be the aggressor here. Already 1 minute has gone by in this round. There's only 4 minutes to go. It's very long 4 minutes in this sport, obviously. But certainly Pittrowski not doing anything to engage yet. Nice leg kick from Stevens. Trying to get that takedown, and there it is.
Got it again, pass the
left.
left.
And we're right back in that position, Mike, and this could be pretty much all she wrote for Pittrowski. Probably in no danger of being submitted, but he is not going to win the fight from this position unless he's able to flip out of this. 3:48 to go. Stevens in control again.
Right. I mean, Abe's doing a really good job of not taking too much abuse, I guess,
sure,
or limiting the amount of abuse that he's taking in the side control position. But he's just not doing anything to advance to get up. And at this point, he needs to get up. This fight has not been working out in his favor in this position, so he needs to stand up.
Certainly can't stay here and win this fight, not after what happened in the first 2 rounds. And Stevens, again, will just be content to do this. Doesn't have to take any risks here, Mike.
Yeah, I mean, well, sometimes wins aren't always the most spectacular wins, but a win's a win.
Win's a win.
You know, and right now, Marc should go for mount, but he just chooses not to.
Looks like he might play it safe, Mike, for the last 3 minutes of this round, because like you said, sometimes you get into that mount, and Pittrowski, his flexibility, his frame, he could flip him on this, and something drastic could happen, and it could completely change the complexion of the fight. Marc Stevens knows one thing for sure. He's been in this position the entire fight, and it's worked for him.
Yeah, Marc's actually isolated Abe's far arm, so he just landed a nice hard elbow. But see now Abe's flexibility is finally coming in.
There it is.
Right there, Abe had to get up. He can't just stay there. I mean, he's kind of content with just staying there. You can't be at this moment in the fight.
We can expect that right hand at some point. He snuck it in from behind.
Yeah. Marc Stevens has
now he's got a pretty deep, well, fairly deep choke in here.
He's got control right now. Abe's doing the right thing, protecting, facing him. Very good job by Abe. You see, Abe's starting to get the underhook now, but I mean, there's 2 minutes left in the 3rd round, and he lets it go. He's not really trying to advance towards the cage. He's not trying to crawl up the cage. Like I said, he just seems kind of content just staying there. And I don't know if you noticed, but you can see the welts on Abe's leg from the upward kicks from.
Those have definitely left a mark. They have definitely made their mark in this fight as well, and it's really all worked in favor of Marc Stevens. 1:43 to go in this bout. So far, a dominant performance. We'll see if ABE Pittrowski's got anything left in the tank. Any response here in the last minute and a half. Still plenty of time, but does not appear to be any sign of something to come.
Right. I mean, Abe has to do something drastic and something totally different than he's been doing this whole fight. Because whatever he's doing obviously isn't working. And Abe has to watch out, because if he lets his right knee get all the way across, Marc can drop back for a leg lock also. Just because he hasn't done it doesn't mean it's not there.
Exactly.
Again, Marc passes to the left, Abe drops his knee. Now we're in the same side control position that we've been in all night. Well, Abe has.
And side control has been the story of this fight. We've hit the final minute mark.
And now look, you can look for Abe to try and go for a knee bar, especially for an arm bar from this position. He's got good flexibility. He can lock it up if he pushes off the cage. I honestly just think at this point in the fight, Abe is just kind of just mentally defeated.
Yeah.
And he's doing what he can do to, and honestly, not in a bad way, but just to do what he can do, not to look like a coward and just kind of survive at this point, because he kind of realizes that it's not going in his favor. But he's also not trying to do anything new or different.
It certainly is frustrating, and probably would be more so if he were trying to do something like you said and being thwarted in the process, but that really has been the case. Stevens has just flat out dominated. 20 seconds to go, and looks like where we started might be where we end up, Mike, in this position here in the final 14 seconds or so.
Right. Stevens does a really good job of kind of swarming all over it. As soon as Abe even makes like the remote response to stand up, Stevens is just swarming all over him, which is definitely got to be frustrating.
Well, that'll do it. Mark Stevens, Abe Pittrowski, this one's in the books. And you can see Abe Pittrowski looks like he has been through a war, and he has been through a war. He's definitely banged up.
Ladies and gentlemen, having completed the scheduled distance of 3 5-minute rounds, we'll go to the judges' scorecards for your official decision. Judges Avery, LaMontagne, and Barker all score the bout for your winner by unanimous decision. In the blue corner, Mark Stevens.